What's up, everyone? We are back. Today we're heading up to the Hinsdale House. Super excited because we'll be doing a private, little small investigation experiment with the man, Nick Groff. You all know him probably very well. He actually investigated that a long time ago and had some wild experiences. And so we wanted to come back and do a little experiment. So tonight we'll be trying to help him out, and it should be great. Really hoping that he brought the geoport, because I've seen that thing in use and it's pretty wild. And plus I never got to see one, so that would be really, really cool to see one. So we didn't bring any equipment. We're just going there. We're gonna get to use our bodies, see what we get, see what Nick and everybody gets. Like I said, hopefully use that geoport, get some responses, and find some answers for the Hinsdale House. And we'll actually be going back, but we can't tell you what's the date yet. So stay tuned. All the recording is going to be on my phone. So if it doesn't turn out well or good, I'm sorry. Don't yell at me. I'm trying. I want you guys to see it. So get ready. Here we go.
Spinning and stuff all over this place, and they had to land it down here. I don't know where, but we were talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, it was crazy. This just happened to me in the helicopter." We're like, he was saying he was going to tear it down and everything, and I don't know if he did it properly, but we had him hold on to it for a month. We like just hold on to it. We film there with the lockdown and stuff like that. So he held it for a month. We really talked him into it, and then, the weird part was as Dan comes along at kind of the crossroads of us coming. He was allowing us to come here, but he's like, "Well, you're going to have to talk to the new owner now," and he's handing over the keys at the same time. So we held on to it long enough to get to Dan. And we spoke to Dan, and that's when we first came here. And not even joking, if you watch Paranormal Lockdown, Hinsdale House, it was like all of our equipment failed on like the first day. So we were standing in the dirt road for 2 hours. The camera wouldn't work. Just weird stuff like that.
Tell them how this was your last choice, too.
It was our last choice, yeah. we weren't coming here. Seriously, we were going to I think we were going to Trans-Allegheny Link to Sound first, and then something mixed up. Then it was another location. That location fell out of New York, and then we decided to come here. And Justin was preaching about this place, the history's amazing, the legends, this and that. And I was like, all right, cool. Anyways, we ended up coming here, and it really took us off guard, honestly. I really didn't know much about the history when I walked into it. I just knew some of what Justin was saying, but still, it's you don't know all the facts. Even back then, I think we had a lot of the stuff mixed up in stories and whatnot. So it was really interesting to live here and sleep here and become a part of this place. I remember going up into the room upstairs there, and the first time I stepped foot in here, actually, Tim Shaw was walking in, and it just felt uneasy, and I don't know, it was just different. The room up there.
Mary's room.
Yeah, Mary's room. When we walked into it, there was something about that room I just couldn't. It's like a force field in there, like a different world, and all the flies everywhere and stuff like that. It was weird. Sleeping up there.
I got at least 40 or 53 today.
Did you? So yeah, it's strange, right? How it kind of it's like a magnet.
Yeah.
They just keep coming here, no matter how many times you turn it down or whatever. It just keeps coming. It's just strange. I think it has high EMF levels and just different stuff. There's been a lot of UFO sightings right here. I spoke to Claire on length about UFO sightings, her experiences here, walking out in the middle of winter and looking up, and there's this gigantic UFO, and that was spotted going to different counties and stuff like that. I believe, after being here for 5 years now, Dan, since 2015.
Yeah.
So I've been coming here since 2015, obviously working with Dan in this location. I don't know, it's really strange. At first I thought it was this, now I think it's something totally different here. I definitely think it's the land, and I don't think it has anything really to do with the house. I think obviously there's deaths and there's other legends and stories and stuff, but I really believe, based on Native Americans coming up here, right? We can talk about that, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I get too deep in this. So Native Americans have been coming here for like every 20 years or something like, am I getting that right? Every 20 years they're blessing the land. So up here, you'll see when you walk back, there's different points that they bless, and I believe that they're pushing back some sort of entity. Now we look at things as negative and positive, right, as human beings, but realistically I think that there's something far greater than our intelligence can comprehend, meaning that elementals, you guys know about elementals, or stuff that's beyond, you know, reality and stuff like that. Once we start diving into elementals and different ideas about these things that are created thought forms and energies and stuff, they've been pushing that back since a century of time in Native Americans in this area. So they're sort of pressing that, and I think they stopped doing it right before Claire and her family moved in the 70s, and a lot of hell broke. Like, it was just insane. The story she talks about, like, is just amazing. I mean, I don't know. She's told me so many things, like, off, you know, camera, on the phone, all sorts of stuff that I just blows my mind. You know, she's 83 now or something like that. And
83.
we're getting ready to wrap up a little bit of an interview with her, and she was in Oregon now. So we just got done, no one knows this yet, we just got done filming a documentary that I've been working on for 4 years, actually, just based on her book, life. I stretched into her whole story of the re-encounter of like what happened to her, but there's so many different layers that we're going into. So then we come here and we pull back layers, and we just discovered new stuff that probably no one knows, right?
No.
So
He's like, don't say it.
nobody knows yet. But we do.
Couple of close people do, but that's fine.
Yeah. So there's some new stuff we just discovered based on it. Look at it this way: it's a real investigative show. Like, it's a real investigative documentary, more like True Detective. You guys ever seen True Detective?
Yeah.
So think of like that style, but really happening. So it's a new project we've been working on. It's coming out the beginning of the year. I think it will come out, part one of it, which is probably one of the coolest things I've ever had the privilege to do. It's weird about this location. Like, to me, for a second, I became obsessed with it, and that's this location. Like, once you step foot in here, you feel like you're obsessed in a weird way. And I learned to balance my life of breaking, kind of like, I need to know more, I need to go back, like, it's weird. It will come to you in dream. Like, you'll have like dreams about it, or this woman will come to you in your dream, and you wake up at 3 or 2 a.m. in the morning, and she'll give you like thoughts about like the location or stuff like that. So I've had stuff like that happen to me before I even came here or knew about it. And then Tim Shaw would tell me about that type of stuff that would happen to him, and then other people would tell me about that. So just weird stuff like that. When I did perma lockdown, I was up in this woods, and then when I came back here, I was staying up there for like an hour, and I had experiences you probably heard about, staying up there, and coyotes were like in the distance, you could hear them, then all of a sudden they were like woof, right there in front of us. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, one craft.
When it becomes surreal.
On the way here.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of those things. Yeah. But I believe there's some sort of entity that manifests into what it wants you to see it as, or wants you to believe it is, based on like your thoughts, or what it, you know, telepathically reads off of your mind. And that's just my own belief. I think that there's something here that is within the land, you know, in an elemental type of state. It's the only way I can describe it. But and I think that's why a lot of you know, UFOs and maybe higher intelligence come here to feed off like the energy of the land, or recharge their spaceships or whatever, I believe. But that's why there's cryptids and shapeshifters and apparitions and ghosts, and everything is here. And I think that's what I love most about this property, based on like hundreds of all over the world I've been to, like some pretty epic places. I feel like this location has something to offer for everything, because everything really is encompassed, right, within paranormal. I think we think too heavily sometimes in boxes, like cryptid is over here and ghost is over here, and everything is so divided, just like humans are these days. Everyone's so divided in this world. But I think everything is just energetically connected, and I think we need to start looking that way, to be honest with you, because all the paranormal is right here happening around us all the time. We just sometimes like don't look deeper, you know, past what we see. So I don't know, it's getting a little deep, but that's what I think. Sorry, my brain says it's going there every time I come here. Anybody that's here with me right now? Can you tell me someone's name that's here? Not mine. Someone else's name? Can you tell me something about someone that's here right now? Maybe something you want to tell them? Who died? Do you like Dan taking over the place here?
I do.
Can you tell us what's happening here? Did you come from the land? Usually it gets quiet when we talk about the land. I feel like something from the land suppresses like all the other stuff here. Like whatever's on the land is way more powerful than anything. Huh?
Age?
What do you mean? Age?
Because the age of the land versus...
I think the